Continuing our half-time team talk conversation, Ronan, I said we'll come to you, and we'll come to you.
Thanks, pal.
Right. Yeah, good stuff. The Mind charity, research says that there are many different things that can affect men's mental health, and these include work and unemployment, physical appearance and social media, we mentioned that, becoming a parent, relationship difficulties and grief. And Ronan, I know it's still close to your heart. Your brother recently passed away.
Yeah.
And stupid question, but obviously that's a difficult time for you and your family. How are you?
Yeah, we're struggling, to be honest. It's been a tough few months dealing with it because it was so quick, so immediate, so fast. Unexpected. That we're still, figuring it all out. But what we are doing is we're talking to each other, and we have each other to lean on, and that's really, really important. And it's all about communication, talking about it, but also having somebody who's going through something that feels the same, that you feel they understand what I'm going through. And that's a big part of it. Because a lot of people come up to you on the street and say, "Oh, so sorry to hear about your brother. I lost my dad, or I lost my mum, or I lost my brother." And, it's their way of sharing and trying to be on a level with you and understand, but you're in your own head. You're in so much pain. You're in so much hurt. It's just like you don't understand. You don't understand what I'm going through. So to have my siblings there was really, really, especially in the couple of weeks after that, we were just rallying around each other. But I'm being able to talk, and we have a WhatsApp group, the four of us now, and we talk every day, check in. How are you doing today? How are you feeling? And my bro might be going through a tough time, and he's very vocal about it, and I love that. He wouldn't have been in the past. He wouldn't have been as vocal about how he's feeling. But he is now. So that's been very, it's been very tough few months, but, having each other as siblings, it's been really important.
Yeah, and you joined Boyzone at 16 as well. That's a very, very young age. So you were thrown in at the deep end very early on into, right, successful boy band, now off you go and tour the world. So you kind of missed your teenage years.
Yeah, very much so. And there was no one there to look after us or take care of us. Or, nowadays, kids of 16 or 17 go on TV shows like, The Voice or whatever it may be, and they're only allowed film for a couple hours.
They have to have a chaperone.
And they have to be chaperoned. We didn't have anything like that. It was just the five of us on our own. We had a tour manager, travelling around the world, getting on airplanes and staying in hotels in Asia or all across Europe. And I mean, that's mental when you think about it. And, you might be, the way that you get treated, it's not normal. And nobody allows you or helps you deal with that even. And then all of a sudden you get on a plane, you go home, and you're with your mates that you went to school with. And they don't have any idea what you've just experienced. Yeah. And you can't explain it to them. Yeah. And so eventually I think that there's something in that, well, I guess it's hard to digest it. It's hard to deal with it. And if you don't have the tools. So going back to therapy, we were talking about earlier, what therapy does, because I get, my weekly session, I go to a therapist, and what my therapist does is gives me the tools to go away and try to understand who I am and what I've been through. And whether it's trauma, like losing my brother, or whether it's adoration, and then all of a sudden that adoration is gone, how to deal with that. All these different things that, the highs and the lows. You need somebody has to teach you, how to deal with those things. And yeah, the NHS, like you said, the NHS does, offer therapy, but there's a huge line, a queue of people that want to get in there, which is great that they're availing of it, but it means there's a lot of people out there that can't avail of it. So talking to somebody that might be able, that has gone through it, or that you can lean on, is as important, definitely. Offloading, speaking to somebody.
All right, we've done this show before together, and it never ceases to amaze me how something so simple as talking, communicating, telling your mate, "Yeah, pal, I don't feel so good today. I'm thinking X, Y, and Z," and I got out of bed and I'm like, I feel like I'm in a hole. Like, it sounds so easy, but yeah, it's so difficult.
It is, and I think it's like Ronan was saying, it's just one of the many tools that we can use to get through. Like, everybody is so complex, and the things that we're dealing with are so different, but the one thing that we can do is talk to each other. And people would be surprised how much of a relief that
And even if the pal that you're talking to has no experience of your issue, surely thrashing out a problem, two of you instead of one.
And all of us being prepared to listen. And sometimes that's not always saying something back, it's just being able to listen to your pal, listen to your brother, your family member, whatever it is. And so that is just a start. And from taking one step, that you can make a massive change.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
old people even, you know, go and talk to people. People are on their own. People are lonely. People have lost a relative or, you know, give them your time. Talk to them, whatever. If they're near your neighbours, go and make sure they're all OK if they're on their own. You know, have a chat with people. You make such a difference to people's lives, can't you?
Makes a difference, just smile at
Kindness, it
someone.
costs nothing, does it, to be nice and give
No.
people your time?
And if you or the man in your life thinks they're struggling to open up to a friend, then head to our website where you can find our specially created tactics that will help you help another friend or a partner. There's also a link on there for places you can go for support. It's dead easy. It's all at itv.com/loosewomen.